Alright, welcome back. Let's continue on our quest with Xingqiu. Really, you have to climb up this little grassy hill there, Hu Tao. We gotta go get that core lapis. Wherever it might be. That looks suspicious. Ah, lizard, where are you? There you are. Hey guys. You guys aren't even worth using Hu Tao's ability on. See. It'd be a waste of her HP.
Another one down.
Another one? Paimon, this is the first one. Are there any elemental clues as to where they are? I don't think so. I mean, here's some core lapis. I'm not really... Oh, I see those balloons over there. I'm not seeing any other... Oh, there's one. Carts.
Here we go. Loads of core lapis here.
Wonderful.
Quick, make a note of the location.
Already done. I hope. Let's go ahead and get those balloons. I'll completely forget about them otherwise. Where'd they go? Are they up there? Yeah. There we go.
Cry out my illustrious name.
Official. Okay. Yeah, it'll be this way. We already got that one. We've done. I'm actually surprised I missed those balloons. I felt like I did a pretty thorough combing of this area, but I guess not. Oh, there we go.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Very nice.
That's it, all right. That's a big old stash of core lapis.
Is it really, though? I mean, I see some empty pots here. Maybe that's core lapis there and that big one there, but this isn't nearly enough to be worth the price he was asking. That or the Lewa core lapis output is much less than I would have thought.
Let Paimon see. Yep, that's it.
Wonderful. Is that it over there as well? Or is that the one we already got? Yeah, we got that one. What about that one then? Does not look like it.
Phew. Oh yeah, we found it. Check out all that core lapis.
Paimon gets very excited over
Make a
core
note of
lapis.
the location. We'll send the Feyun Commerce Guild to collect it later.
Wonderful. I'm certainly not pulling it.
That guy said there were 5 carts in total, so that should be all of them. Let's get back. This has all been quite exhausting for poor little
Paimon.
Paimon. He definitely owes Paimon some snacks.
All you did was exclaim excitedly when we found the core lapis. Silly.
Huh?
Hello, Shizhuang the Strong.
Here, we've made a note of the cart's locations. All 5 of them. Can you sell us the core lapis now?
Yeah,
Oh, wonderful.
or rather the
both.
Feyun Commerce Guild.
Yes, let's make this official. I also hope you could put in a good word with your boss for me.
Well, how about this? We won't put in a bad word with our boss for you.
did. Yeah!
Nice work back there, Paimon. How did you know that bluff would work?
Paimon's got a knack for this business, malarkey, don't you think?
It's Paimon's business acumen has come up surprisingly often. Is that what you want to do, Paimon, once I finish traveling? When you retire from being the best travel companion ever, do you want to go into business?
Now for the final stop on our Corlapis crawl. To Chain the Ninth's place.
Corlapis crawl. I don't know why that amuses me.
What a bummer.
A bummer indeed. Though I still stand by the notion that it guarantees you vaporize reactions, so really it's the opposite of a bummer. Also, you work in a funeral parlor. Don't you like things being gloomy and dreary? I feel like it sets the scene for you, gets the mood right. I don't imagine we'll have much trouble from Chang the Ninth.
I was just thinking to myself, gentry mount-sized thugs have been mysteriously absent for a while now.
Yes, we've been taking care of business.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
They're probably scrambling to find some core lapis.
Oh, don't worry. You won't be hearing from them again.
Oh? What happened?
Not only that, but we'd like to purchase your core lapis.
Huh? Oh, I see now. You're in this trade too. So you're trying to beat him to the post, eh?
Well,
Appearances can be deceiving, that's for sure.
we're really not. I don't actually have any need for core lapis anymore. I mean, I needed some for Zhongli back in the day, but I'm sure someone else uses it too, but
But I don't care who you are. A discount of 70% is simply impossible. The maximum I can do is 40% off, and even then I'm only breaking even.
don't worry. I have no care for a discount. It's not my money.
No need. We'll take it at the market rate.
You mean you're not trying to force the price down?
Not at all.
What's going on? Have I died and gone to heaven?
Not quite yet. But you will probably if we manage to get your books back.
I can't believe it. I will make a profit on this batch after all. But gentry mount-sized thugs could still come back after I've sold it.
I think by the end of this, Gentry Mount Sai and his thugs are going to be busy with the fallout with the Fatui.
If Paimon told you they're not gonna bother you again, then you'd better believe they're not gonna bother you again.
Though, Paimon, you really shouldn't make promises you can't guarantee. Rest assured, you are safe selling to us.
Huh. Okay, then. My situation can hardly get worse from here in any case.
Please don't say that. It can always get worse.
But tell me, what on earth do you plan to do with so much core lapis?
Nothing. It's mostly just to, put the hurt on Gentry Mount Sai.
Actually, it's for a commission. Can't go into too much detail.
We'll send someone to collect the goods later.
Thank you. Thank you 1,000,000 times over. I really don't know what to say.
Well, we could always get the copy of the Liwa travel guide. But yeah, don't thank us yet. We'll wait till we've finished.
Good people always get what's coming to them in the end. And so will the nasty people.
Oh, Paimon. Poor, naive little Paimon.
Anyway, let's get going, because apparently we have a show to watch at the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse.
Oh, you think they're going to come storm angrily up to the Feiyun Commerce Guild demanding answers? Yeah, probably. Justice is its own reward. Seems the remainder of this quest might have been short enough where I could have done it last time, but I really wasn't sure. Oh, wait. Oh, that's where the warehouse is? Out in the middle of nowhere? happen. Oh, there's Xingqiu. Ow! That's too much even for her. There we go. You're not reading. Wait, did he finally finish his book? Was it good? Do you recommend it?
Welcome. The final act in this drama would not be complete without you two here as audience.
I mean, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I mean, I'm sure it'll be quite entertaining.
You better believe it. We're the ones who've been doing all the work. What exactly have you been doing all this time?
Reading, clearly.
Well, naturally, I used the time to immerse myself completely in Legend of the Shattered Helmet.
Yep.
I managed to finish the book off, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Xingqiu. I am.
Divine Halberd, an ominous sword. Mir and Wei Yang. The way the story develops across the first 5 volumes. Nothing short of exemplary. But the 6th volume? Words fail me.
Tell you what, you can make it up to us by lending us this apparently exquisite story.
How blessed we are to have such an author grace our world with such works.
And this is related to Gentry Moutsai. How?
Paimon is quite incredulous.
It's not. But when something surpasses expectations to such a degree, one must show one's appreciation.
You're talking like a adept die right now, you know that? Is the ending of the book good?
It was rather good, thanks. I only hope that as our plan reaches its denouement, it too will live up to its expectations.
So do I.
Why does Paimon have to be the only one who doesn't get what's going on? No fair.
Oh, it's okay, Paimon. Don't worry, we'll feed you later.
So go on then, tell me, what are we doing here? And what's this big dramatic showdown thing that's supposed to happen?
Well, I mean, you really think Gentry, Matsai, and perhaps the Fatui as well are just going to take this lying down? We're kind of impeding their operations here. Very purposefully, I might add.
Think about it. Gentry Moutsai goes searching for core lapis all over Liyue Harbor, and he doesn't find a single piece.
Yeah, I mean, you could always find a few in the countryside like I do, but...
He panics. Without the goods, he can't fulfill his contract. And if he can't fulfill his contract, he can't stay in good standing with the Fatui.
And that's dangerous, probably.
He hears a rumor that the Feiyun Commerce Guild is the culprit. Panic turns to disbelief.
Actually, though, I don't know if I've ever seen what happens if you break a contract with the Fatui. I don't think we've ever seen that before.
Gentry Moutsai is a hugely powerful figure in the business world. Never has anyone dared to target him like this.
I mean, so is the Feiyun Commerce Guild, though, right?
So regardless of whether it is revenge or a swift resolution that he seeks, he is certain to...
What?
So it was you!
Oh.
You were the one sticking your necks out for Chang the Ninth!
Oh, yes. Would you like to file a complaint?
Speak of the devil.
I went
Oh, yeah,
everywhere
Fatui.
trying to find someone selling core lapis before I realized the Feiyun Commerce Guild had been on an acquisition spree.
Oh, yes. Would you like to file a complaint?
Core lapis is hardly a rare mineral, and yet suddenly the stocks dry up, just like that. Explain yourselves. What is the meaning of this persecution?
You really... You have to ask. You kind of implied it right there at the beginning there. Sticking our necks out for Gentry. Or, I mean, for Chang the Ninth. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Trying to mess with you. Get under your skin. It's worked quite remarkably well.
We are not persecuting you, but protecting another, one to whom I am indebted. Upon witnessing an injustice, it is a perfectly normal response to rush to the aid of he who has been wronged.
It is.
Was it not one of your own men who said, "This isn't over"?
They did.
You clearly don't know what's good for you. I won't beat around the bush.
Oh, good.
Master, if you please, seize their core lapis.
Having to get someone else to do your dirty work for you. Classic. But you're gonna need more than a harbinger.
Time to go.
That's a bit of a waste, but I figured might as well.
Order guide you.
Body and mind. Yeah. No, my sword.
Fend off the agent. Oh, there you are.
Rain cutter.
Yeah.
Run from death.
Fatui Harbor. Or did I say
Impressive.
Harbinger?
You are no commoners. To continue this fight would be to incur greater losses than I can accept.
Yeah, no, not Harbinger. Fatui Agent. Yeah, it takes more than a Fatui Agent to defeat us. But of course we're not commoners. Look at him. Look at how he's dressed.
Their strength is almost spent. Finish them off. The core lapis is almost within our grasp.
Might I remind you that the Fatui's relationship with you extends to business matters only?
Ooh.
I did not lend you my men to have them stir up trouble at your beck and call.
Oh. So what you're saying is this was not sanctioned.
What are you saying? Master, everything I did with only one thing in mind. To complete the order.
I mean, do you think of asking for like an extension or something? Or, you know, just offering to buy things at market rate, perhaps?
Then figure it out by yourself.
You got greedy. That's all there is to it.
Don't go. Wait. Master, wait.
I kind of respect this agent here.
My lord, what are you doing here? Are you hurt?
Oh, hey, Shu.
Thanks to this valiant young woman, I am unscathed.
I think you would have been fine without me.
My lord?
My lord?
You? You are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
Oh, shit. I knew he was... I knew he was like the heir to the Guhua clan, but I didn't know he had a... Or did I at some point learn that and I just forgot about it? To the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Indeed, my liege. I am Xingqiu, disciple of the Guhua clan and second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild manager,
Oh.
and I make no secret of it.
That explains why he got them to do what he wanted. Quite easily.
Drats! I've been played like a fiddle.
Oh, yeah.
Gentry Moutsai. Coercion and intimidation are hardly the attributes of a respectable businessman. The
In
problems
trouble
that your
with the
business
guild.
practices have created, I have sought to resolve through mine. I shudder to think what the Fatui will do with you if you fail to provide their core lapis.
Yeah? Why don't you pay at, I don't know, double market rate? Maybe they'll be willing to give it to you.
You meddling swine. Well, go on. Tell me, what will you sell it for?
Or is he going to go for the entirety of the book collection?
Since you asked Chang the Ninth for a discount of 70%, let's fight fire with fire, shall we? 3 times the market rate sounds fair, no?
Ooh, even worse than I said.
How dare you subject me to such viciousness?
Hey,
This is a malicious and calculated attempt to run me into the ground.
hello, Pot. My name is Kettle.
Deep breaths now. This is a simple decision. Will you buy or not?
Yeah?
Fine. Have it your way. I'll find the money somehow. Happy now?
Oh, quite. This will certainly allow us to buy back Chang the Ninth's book collection. And hopefully our copy of the Teyvat Travel Guide Liyue edition.
On behalf of the Feiyun Commerce Guild, I thank you for your business and hope you will continue to do business with us in future.
It seems like it was mocking him with that applause there.
You? Funny speaking, book reading, Guhua geeking Xingqiu are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
Now, Paimon, you want to get into business, don't you? Don't get on his bad side. I mean, maybe I don't quite understand the Feiyun Karmas Guild's influence and reach, but typically they're the kinds of people who decide who gets into business in a place.
So that massive stash of Mora you let us burn through in a day? That was from your private vault?
Mm-hmm.
'Twas but a paltry sum. I got to make a very sound investment while putting Gentry Maltsai in his place. A classic two birds, one stone situation.
You know, now that so the title of this quest was Justice is its own reward, but he actually came out of this making a massive, massive profit. I mean, he paid market rate for all that ore, and then he made triple that, so he basically made twice market rate. There's more to meets the eye that old Xingqiu here. He's a savvy little businessman, isn't he? Appearances really can be deceiving. Or don't you rich kids take calligraphy classes from a young age?
Very droll. My family can always tell me from my handwriting. It's certainly one of my distinguishing features.
You should be proud of this, Xingqiu. Work on that.
Yikes! Paimon's been calling you Guhua Geek this whole time!
You're gonna have to come up with a new nickname, are you?
Paimon read in one of these martial artist novels that when rich heirs like you get angry at someone, you have their arms and legs chopped off!
Oh no! Oh, Paimon. I'm not gonna defend you though. You gotta protect yourself.
Paimon's toast! And sorry, very sorry! Please don't hurt Paimon!
I don't think I've ever seen her this scared before.
Calm down. Since you can fly, you hardly need your legs anyway.
He's got a point there, Paimon. You won't miss them.
Save me! Save me! This is not a drill! Repeat, this is not a drill!
What kind of book did you say you read this in?
Jokes aside, I have the two of you to thank for this successful resolution. Really, you were a huge help.
It was a pleasure. This was actually quite the interesting little excursion, even if it did have quite the delay in the middle.
Meanwhile, Legend of the Shattered Halberd was positively riveting. Much obliged if you could return it to Chang the Ninth for me.
Do I get to read it first? You're making us run yet another errand?
I did nothing, and hence deserve none of his gratitude. The two of you, meanwhile, though strangers to the circumstances, stepped in and saved the day.
Well, I would say you provided us with the funds we needed, but I hardly count that as a sacrifice considering, well, your profits at the end of the day.
To have made such valiant and chivalrous friends is more than enough for me, my liege.
My lord, forgive the intrusion. It's about your father.
Uh-oh. What? Is he mad?
Please inform my father thusly. I have averted a disaster and earned a sizable sum of money in the process.
Yeah. It's one way to put it.
Might this meritorious act compensate for my prior transgressions and earn me a few more days of freedom, perchance? Legend of the Shattered Halberd speaks of a domain that I should very much like to investigate.
Oh. Trying to avoid getting grounded, are we? Fair enough. Though. Yeah, he probably has earned it. Though that I just forgot what I was gonna say though. Right.
For all your clever long words, the fact is you're just a lazy bones who doesn't want to work.
He is. Oh, right. So I know that. So he's the heir to the Guhua clan, as well as second son of the head of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Obviously, I wonder if it's just so happens that the Guhua clan is currently heading the Feiyun Commerce Guild, or if that's something that's always existed.
What if I told you that a reward awaits you at Cheng the Ninth's palace, and not just his gratitude?
I think we'd be right on that.
A reward? Well, that sweetens the deal somewhat.
It seems whatever I say, there's no persuading you to stay.
Why didn't you tell us Xingqiu was the Feiyun heir? He probably assumed we already knew.
Oh, I didn't realize you weren't aware.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance for returning the book for me. I will take my leave now. May we meet again, fellow merchants.
I think we have a long way to go before we are on Xingqiu's level. He's a interesting fellow. Student of the martial arts, a bookworm and aspiring writer, and also a really savvy businessman. Oh yeah, I got the Legend of the Shattered Halberd. Though I don't think I have the full collection. Granted, with how long it took him to read that, who knows how long it'll take us. Hello, Chang the Ninth. We got, actually, we never did actually get his books back.
Finally, you're back. This morning, the pawnbroker showed up
Oh,
and
good.
gave me back my entire collection.
So nice.
I'm positive that you must have been behind this once again. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
No big deal. Happy to help. Good old Xingqiu. One last good act here from him.
Please don't say that. You have no idea how much this means to me.
I mean, we know what it means so much to us is a copy of that Leo version of the Teyvat travel guide.
The Chang family was a prestigious household in Liyue back in the day.
Really?
Unfortunately, after I took over the family's affairs as heir, a series of business setbacks devoured our fortune.
Oof.
Since then, I've saved for years, hoping to restore the house to its former glory. In the end, everything was riding on this core lapis deal.
Oh, well, I'm glad we could help.
Were it not for you, this barren wasteland in the mountains would have become my final resting place.
Wow, that's the second heir we've met in this town.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, nothing. Inside joke.
Nothing? Oh, here's your book back.
Wonderful. Legend of the Shattered Halberd. I was beginning to think that Guhua rascal had swindled me.
Yo. Yeah, he's a very untrustworthy fella. Yeah.
Do people really look down on the Guhua clan so much?
Actually, the art is centuries old and was once held in high esteem. But now it has faded beyond recognition.
Right, see, that I knew.
To instigate a revival, you need to inject some fresh blood, but it's hard to attract budding young talent to a dying art. And so it becomes a vicious cycle.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it makes sense. If you want to go into the, I don't know, martial arts schools that are, popular and full of people to teach you, not into one that seems to be at its end.
In any case, Guhua kids these days. Take that young rascal Xingqiu, for instance. For all his talk about repaying kindness with kindness and whatnot, what has he done to show for it? You're the ones who've displayed a genuine sense of responsibility.
Well, he is better than you give him credit for. Maybe a Guhua Renaissance is just around the corner.
What does it matter? Anyway, you wanted the Liyue volume
Yes.
out of that travel guide, didn't you?
Yes, we
I'll
did.
fetch it for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's yours to keep. In addition, here is but a small token of appreciation for your huge generosity.
Oh man, finally our trip was worth it after all.
My ore is sold, and my treasured books have returned.
It's a happy ending
I
all
can't
around
believe it.
for everybody.
What?
Oh? What is that? Strange bookmark.
What?
What was that? Paimon saw something fall out.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Well, what was that bookmark for?
That little rascal surely isn't.
Oh, it was out of the Legend of the Halberd. That bookmark is indicates he's from the Feyun Commerce Guild, or heir to the Feyun Commerce Guild. And so we finish. And we got the travel guide. I don't think we lost. Like, we returned the book, but we still have access to be able to read it.
Back everything I lost.
Yes, please, come in, come in. What wind has brought us, well, probably Venti. Have we met? Yes, we've met. You don't remember me? It's me, Cheng the Ninth. You once bought a mountain of Corlapis from me. Yeah. I imagine you've met a great many people. It's to be expected that you wouldn't remember. That's sad. I just... It's been literally 30 seconds and I've already forgotten him. Poor guy. I remember when I used to do my business on Fame's Slope. People would like to do business with me. Not like now. That poor guy. I'd like to see that he's still grateful and remembers us, though. Now, what should we do? Obviously, it's... With that quest complete, it's time to go back to Inazuma. We got a good 30 minutes or so. I need to do those. Perhaps I should instead, right now... Right, here it was. Why don't we... Wait, what was that travel log? Oh, this is just the list of quests we've done. Why don't we take the time to read the Teyvat travel guide? It's, yeah, it's not too long. Volume 1, Mondstadt Chapter, Teyvat Geographic Special Edition, Alice's Mondstadt Diaries, written by Alice. So what you're saying is this is our diary. I really hope we get to meet Alice someday. That'd be so cool. Dadaupa Gorge, or Dadaupa Gorge. The 3 Hilichurl tribes located in this valley are all densely populated. What if we built a huge spinning ball-shaped cell in the center of the valley and threw all of the Hilichurls into it? What? Why? That way we might be able to generate enough energy to power all the mills in Mondstadt for at least 5 years. What am I reading? Alice, you mad woman, I love you. Clearly, the apple doesn't fall far from this tree. If we took it one step further by grinding the Hilichurls that are too old or too weak into food and feeding them to the strong ones, we might just build ourselves a perpetual motion machine that can support a huge factory like in Snezhnaya. It seems totally feasible to me. But when I told Miss Lisa about this idea, she just looked at me and pondered in silence for a long time, then changed the subject gracefully. What the crap? But no, I'm sorry, Alice. I have to interject. That would not get you a perpetual motion machine. There'd still be inefficiencies in there. I'm sorry. But perpetual motion is physically impossible. If you think you have a clever idea, it's because you don't understand something. Though this world does have magic, so who knows, maybe that could counter that. Star Snatch Cliff. The Animo Archon is a bit too undisciplined for me. Well, it sounds like you would get along with Paimon. If I were a god, I would not have allowed my realm to look so unorganized and ragged. With enough bombs placed in proper positions, even huge cliffs like Star Snatch would crumble into dust in a second. You might want to have a talk with your daughter. With flatter terrain, Mondstadt would surely look much nicer. Oh, maybe she did have a talk with her daughter. But that unctuous cavalry captain rejected my proposal instantly. He even asked me to stay away from Star Snatch Cliff. Clearly, she put the idea in Klee's head, and yeah. Like mother, like daughter. Windrise. Windrise is the only area in Mondstadt that has a relatively flat terrain. You know, I actually disagree with Alice on this. I like rugged terrains, mountains, that kind of stuff. Far more than I like flat plains. Rolling hills are okay too. But flat, just endless flat, I'm not a fan of. Windrise is the only area in Mondstadt that has a relatively flat terrain. At the center, there is a huge oak tree. It is said that Vanessa ascended there. Vanessa. Do I know that name? I feel like this is the first I've heard of Vanessa. Let me know if I'm wrong. But otherwise, I'm sure I'll find out more about her later. I searched around the tree for a long time, but did not find any launching device. That's not what they mean by ascended. I grabbed some hill drills nearby to put my theory to the test. Sadly, the longest flying distance was from here to the hunters' huts around Springvale. How disappointing. Those poor hill drills. I feel bad for them, but God, I really want to meet Alice so badly. The Falcon Coast. My unsuccessful experiment caused quite a stir in Springvale, so Miss Jean from the Knights of Avonius arranged someone to keep tabs on me. I'll bet. All I could do all day was wander around at Falcon Coast. This is such a boring place. Those stupid eagles hovering in the sky and puffed up animo slimes are all bored me to death. The worst of all was that I had nothing to do. On the other hand, the Outrider girl who was sent to monitor me had quite a lot of fun with the kids. Aw. Wait, the kids, plural. Is one of them Klee? Who else maybe? Whispering Woods. Yet another forest in Mondstadt. This outrider named Amber seemed to know her way around this place. I mean, I would hope so. She is basically a scout. An outrider. The explosive toy she carried around caught my attention. Wait. Is this where Jumpty Dumpty came into existence? With some tweaks, I could turn it into something that could blow this forest and even nearby mountains into smithereens easily. My proposal seemed to scare her, but an explosive stuffed toy is indeed a brilliant idea. I must try it out next time. That is totally the origin story for Jumpty Dumpty. Bright Crown Canyon. I finally got rid of that stalker from the Knights of Avonius. I thought you liked Outrider, Amber. This valley I found at the northeast coast of Cider Lake is still guarded by ancient mechanisms, but the soldiers responsible for holding the pass for the King of Gales. The King of Gales were nowhere to be found now. Huh. Oh, that wasn't the title of, like, Dvalin before, was it? Or maybe even Venti's name back in the day. Probably not Venti, though. I mean, it might have been one of the other Four Winds that we've heard about, but know very little about. Because I remember Dvalin was only one of them. Right? Yeah. All the winds of time had left behind were the unintelligent hilitrolls and silent mechanical guards. Man, hilitrolls do not catch a break here. I think reading this would make little Ella Musk cry, probably. My attempt to control ruin guards with hilitrolls failed as well. What did you do? The guards split into pieces, and as for the fate of the hilitroll strapped onto it, well, I'll spare you the gory details. Half of the ruins were also destroyed in the process. Jeez. Stormed Hare's Lair. Bright Crown Canyon leads to this huge ruin of an ancient city that was built by the cruel king of Gales, Decarabian. Oh, Decarabian. I don't really know much about him other than, well, he has tiles for us. The city was built in a ring shape. It seems that every resident of the city had been arranged their own... What? Every resident of the city had been arranged to their own spot between the... Oh, okay. Had been arranged their own spot between the inner and outer rings. Right in the center of the city was the tall tower where the King of Gales resided. Oh. That's kind of cool. It would be interesting to learn more about this Decarabian. The ruins of the domain of this cruel king, who once tried to control his people's lives, are now utterly deserted. He wasn't the ruler during the time of the nobles, was he? He might have been. I blew up a few arcades so people can climb up the tower more easily. That was you? Thank you. So much. Looks quite good to me. The ruin feels more ancient now. So did that. So, can I assume that all these quote-unquote ancient ruins look so ancient because of Alice? That's wonderful. Man. What is she gonna do? Get up to in Liyue? Teyvat Geographic Special Edition. Alice's Travels in Liyue. First up is Diwa Marsh. After I refill my cup. All right. Diwa Marsh. The northern stretch of the Bishui River turns into a wetland. If you look south beyond the Stone Gate, you'll see a silvergrass marsh as far as the eye can see. At the southernmost point of the marsh is an inn perched atop a giant rock. Wait. You're not talking about the one that's in a tree, are you? Or is there a different inn? That is the Wongshu Inn. No, yeah, that's a tree, not a rock. Maybe there's a rock under the tree. The highest point on the entire marsh. Look south from there and you will see the Gili Plains. You can also make out the Guyun Stone Forest across the sea. Also, there's a weirdo staying at the top of the top floor, at the inn on the top floor. Poor Xiao. I don't think I've ever heard him say a single word. He was probably intimidated by you. And probably not without good reason. Honestly, at this point, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Alice to be the single most powerful entity in all of Teyvat. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Certainly the most, I don't even know what word I want to use. Rambunctious, up to various shenanigans. I see there's nothing quite fitting. She is a piece of work, and I love her. Lunch is a true feast at the Wongshu Inn. The kitchen is equipped with every utensil you could imagine, perfect for getting some practical alchemy experience. What did you do with their kitchen? On the topic of alchemy practice, I've got a few new things to test out on my search for an explosion catalyst. If everything goes smoothly, I'll spend a few more days here, then head on to the Gili Plains. I'm kind of really curious what she's actually up to right now. Where in the world she is and what she's doing. We gotta meet her eventually someday, right? We gotta. Probably not for a long time, though. Not till near the end of the game. Gilly Plains. In the end, I came to the Gilly Plains a few days earlier than I had originally planned. Records suggest that prior to the Archon War, this area was a thriving marketplace. The foxes and wild finches are stunning here, with fur and feathers that have a certain glow about them, but I hear they can be pests too. Liyue locals complain that they keep eating their fruit offerings to the Geo-Archon. I wonder if that gives them a fruity aroma when roasted. Maybe I should go hunting. Maybe, it might. Worth an experiment or two, perhaps. They run a strict operation at the checkpoint on the main road, but the guards who work there are friendly people. I made a potion from some local herbs and gave it to one of them for his stutter. It cured him, but it did have some minor side effects. He now can't help but constantly imitate everyone he comes across. Not just that what they say, but the way they say it. It's uncanny how spot on his impressions are. Wait. Didn't I meet him? I feel like I might have. I should go and check where I'm pretty sure around that area where I might have met him. I vaguely remember something like that. If so, that's amazing. Joyun Karst. I'm told that somewhere amidst the misty peaks of Joyun Karst lives an Adeptus. I mean, there's a bunch of Adeptus up there. Adepti. The exact location hidden somewhere in the ocean of clouds. All the Liyue herb gatherers claim to have seen the realm of the Adepti in all its glory revealed before their very eyes in the clouds. Based on personal experience, I can say that overindulging on certain types of mushrooms can induce visions of a similar nature. Okay, Alice has experimented with magic mushrooms, or some other sort of fungus. Maybe LCD, or I don't know, one of the others. The terrain here fascinates me. At least I think LCD comes from mushrooms. The terrain here fascinates me. So many of these stone pillars look like they belong deep underground, not here on top of a mountain. Yeah? Well, they're probably the stone pillars that are supposedly from the Geo-Archon. There's supposed to be an underground reservoir here. Part of me wonders if all the water was drawn out. Perhaps Joyun Karst would find itself back on the ocean floor where it belongs. My travel companion Zhongli. Wait. Zhongli, you traveled with Alice and you've never told us. I'm so disappointed in you. He's the sternest person I know, but he seems most entertained by this theory. He won't stop laughing. What an odd fellow. Oh. All right. Yaoguang Shoal. I've heard that the fog often rolls in off the sea onto Yaoguang Shoal. And when it's at its thickest, you can barely see your hand at the end of your outstretched arm. Unfortunately, I didn't make it here in time to see a foggy episode. It's a bit of a shame. There are so many lovely shells on the beach. They are the star conch shells. I wonder how many of them have been there since the Archon War. I strung some of them together to make a necklace, but unfortunately that fisherman from the inn sat on it and broke it. Aw! Dick. Every last shell brutally crushed beneath his merciless buttocks. None were spared. She really has a way with words. Not only that, but because he injured himself on the shards of broken shell, I had to pay his medical bills. That is just not fair. A giant conch shell stands on the beach where I've seen it, where the Bishui River enters the sea. A kind old lady lives inside. She is kind and old. Her family is said to have sailed here on the giant shell. Don't know if shells float like that. And she spends her time rescuing shipwrecked people who end up drifting near the shore. I think that repurposing the giant shell as a self-propelled boat would make it much easier for her to rescue people from the sea. But after I lost control of my third prototype seashell boat and blew up, the kind old lady decided she was not going to rescue me from the sea anymore. Oh my god, I really want to travel with her so bad. It sounds like traveling with her would be fun for the same reason that traveling with Cleve sounds like it'd be fun. She really is her mother's daughter. All right, and the Guyun Stone Forest. This is the site where the Geo Archon defeated the sea monster. It is. Some of the great stone spears that pierce the ocean floor still tower above the surface of the sea, though many snapped long ago. The hexagonal stone pillars, formed from a conglomeration of geo-energy, are quite intriguing to look at. Viewed from above, one gets the impression that they were deliberately arranged in their current form to make a specific shape on the ocean's surface. Huh. You think so? Maybe that was the real reason the Geo Archon rained down destruction on the ocean floor with his stone spears. It was all just a big joke, albeit in extremely poor taste. I don't know if Zhongli has that in him. Zhongli from Leo Harbor seems extremely knowledgeable on Leo folklore. I guess she probably didn't know he was the Geo Archon at this time. But I've never actually seen him come here. I can see the Wongshu Inn in the distance. Wait, how long were you traveling with Zhongli for? Has he been with you? Was he with you even in Mondstadt? Huh. And I wonder why he was traveling with Alice too, now that I'm thinking about it. But I've never actually seen him come here. I can see the Wongshu Inn in the distance. I'll bet that weirdo I met there last time is still staring this way now. Probably. The flow of the ley lines around here is unique in all of Liyue. Much more dynamic, somewhat unstable. It's as if a great, relentless power stirs somewhere in the depths of the ocean. Perhaps it is the defeated sea monster, still writhing on the ocean floor. In fact, it is. And then Volume 3 someday. A magazine by the Adventurers Guild. Each issue introduces great sceneries across Teyvat. This issue includes a short traveling diary of Alice the Traveler in Inazuma. And I can't wait. Man. I kind of wonder if she has a vision, and if so, which one it is. On the one hand, I don't know. I really don't. I feel like... No. She's quite free-spirited, so animo would make sense. But, when her daughter has Pyro... Honestly, I mean, my initial impression was maybe Geo, just because of Albedo. But maybe not. And before she has all of them. Though, actually, I feel like it almost wouldn't surprise me if she has none, and she still manages to be one of the most powerful and or destructive people in all of Teyvat. That was fun, though. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I read that.
1 client, 2 clients,
3 clients. Paimon. Let's see, was it one of you two? Zhensheng? Please wait while we perform a routine inspection. Inspection? Orders will come down from the Qixing. We have to check everyone who comes through here and be on the lookout for suspicious characters. We are quite suspicious, but don't worry. This is an issue my middle comrade and I will give you no trouble. Why are you the only one working? My comrade knows the art of face reading. He's right on the money every time. He did owe me a while back. Said that as long as I keep working and help out my comrades when needed, I'll go from strength to strength in my career. Covering him and for him while he takes some time out counts as helping my comrades, right? In which case, I'm definitely on track to do well for myself. Is it you?
This tea is beautiful.
I'm telling you, good tea. Maybe he isn't it. Ever seen a face that looks a lot like mine? You've got the right man. I often do face readings. I've already had all these conversations way back when, but way back when I first entered Liyue. Smooth forehead, square jaw, symmetrical features, beautiful eyes, healthy complexion. Could you be? No. How could another person as striking and radiant as you exist? Are you hitting on me? But no. He is not repeating or imitating everything. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Is it you, perhaps, Echo? Hello, traveler. Do you need help with anything? What are you doing? What are you doing? It is! I knew I met someone like that. Stop copying me. Stop copying me. What's your problem? What's your problem? No wonder you've got no friends. No wonder you've got no friends. Good job, Alice. Good job. So if I say bye, he'll say bye too. Bye. Bye. Can you explain it?
Can you stop copying me, please?
That's what I said. So can you stop copying me, please?
That's what I said. So you stop copying me, please? Oh, hello, traveler. Need anything? What's bothering you? Isn't it obvious? That guy keeps imitating everything I say. Drives me nuts. Why does he imitate you? He used to speak with a stutter until a few years ago, till a traveler called Alice came along and gave him a bottle of medicine. Yes. I don't know if I caught this last time I came through here. I cured his stutter completely. Then he couldn't stop imitating the way everyone around him speaks. Well, on that note, I think we'll end it here for today. Next time, we actually, for real this time, we'll get into Inazuma in earnest.